This is Astra in the M&M Interview Lounge, and I've got with me the one, the only, Taylor Dayne.
Hi.
How are you? You look so gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I just asked her to help me with my eyelash. Thank you.
Listen,
yes.
a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
A girl has got to do what she's got to do. But thank you so much.
Well, first of all, we're both fellow Long Islanders.
Are you really?
Yes, I grew up in Oceanside. You were in Baltimore.
Oh my
We're
God.
neighbors.
Baldwin and Freeport. Yes.
Yes, we are absolute neighbors.
And then what happens? You just move from city. I moved to the North Shore. Then I did Huntington. And I did absolutely.
You got to bounce your way around before you bounce your way out.
But here we are, Jones Beach. It's an iconic place.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
iconic.
Well, so as an '80s baby growing up, I got to tell you, your music was so influential. Absolutely loved it. How do you feel about the fact that it's still going today?
Well, I don't call it 80s, really. I mean, look, I look at the time that I broke. It was 1987, 1988. And I just, for some reason, that decade for people is so historic. I don't understand it. For me, it's the 70s. But I guess it is really, music is really, the soundtrack of your life. So the things I was doing in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, yes, of course. I graduated high school in 1980. I understand it. But I don't know, but classic music is classic music. Great songs are great songs, and I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. That's what I can say.
So out of all of your songs, which one is your all-time favorite to perform?
Oh, Christ, I knew that was going to happen. It's tough to say because every night the audience changes. So I'm going to say Tell It to My Heart. I'm going to say Love Will Lead You Back. I'm going to say I'll Be Your Shelter, which, a lot of stuff we didn't do tonight is KTU. I know KTU from 92 KTU.
Oh, we pretty much broke your stuff.
You better believe it. Oh, my goodness, you're kidding? No, 92 KTU, that was my jam. And it was amazing. What a station to be a part of. But I'll Be Your Shelter is really fun for me live. Every Beat of My Heart. I don't know, I can go on. Can't Get Enough of Your Love.
Okay, how about this? Which one are you tired of performing?
I've just remixed, remastered, and rearranged, and I have a new zest for it again. It comes and it goes. I used to think Don't Rush Me. It was like, and then we just rearranged it and just did new production on it, and it's a lot of fun. Put horns on it. It's real fun.
Well, here's the thing. Since your song is such a classic, especially Tell It to My Heart, because that's the one I'm basically speaking on.
Of course.
A lot of DJs from today are remaking a lot of songs from the 80s and 90s. If you were to pick a DJ that's out right now to remake that song, who would it be?
Well, right now, I'm just going to say who I'm working with, and that's Cash Cash.
Oh, I love them. What are you doing with them?
Doing magic, making magic. So
can
let's
you
cross our fingers.
give us a little something?
You just said what you wanted to say. You take it from there. Use your imagination.
Amazing.
But yes.
I'm happy for you on that one.
Thank you.
Now I know you're a huge supporter of the LGBTQ plus community. It's Pride. Happy Pride. Tell me one of your all-time favorite memories from Pride time.
Oh goodness, Pride events for me started so early, and honestly, I've watched communities and countries grow as countries and communities, and children that were, children of first families that were just forming, and it's really been. I played for 30 people at one Pride and to 30,000. Like it's been an incredible journey to watch, and become a parent myself, and watch my kids in this day and age. And honestly, I'm very proud to be part of the LGBTQ plus, whatever you want to call it, say any name, it doesn't matter to me. I'm proud to be one of their iconic artists that have stood by them, and more than that, they've stood by me, the most loyal audience I have.
Absolutely.
That's where it really comes down to me as an artist. I get the most joy for performing in my prides or at these when they're LGBT driven, something like that. It's just fantastic.
I do want to say that you are very inspirational, and the reason why is because I feel like you focused on your career most of the time.
That's correct.
I know that you never got married. I know that you had your kids via
but I had
surrogate.
children. I wanted a child.
And that's how I feel. See, that's the thing. So
yeah,
I focus. Here's the thing.
I had children through surrogate, which was very groundbreaking at the time.
Exactly, and you also waited until later on in life to have them.
I was 38, 39.
Right.
There's only that little window.
There is. So
I would still say, if you're naturally, they're my children, my eggs. So.
And that's what I was going to say. So someone like me, very career driven. I froze my eggs. Definitely single still.
So, okay, when I was doing it, my children are now 21. Levi, Starry, I love you. But they could not freeze eggs. So think of it's
evolved.
It's evolved, and it's become such a prosperous business because unfortunately, the good and the bad, women, we're starting families much later, and we're trying to put career first. And there's so many things that are happening, obviously, in the family and the dynamics. But I would say to you, if you can freeze eggs, fantastic. I could only freeze embryos.
That's amazing.
Wasn't that crazy at the time? So
Yeah.
that's 22 years ago.
And then you're stuck with whoever that partner is, and you might not have been with them. And then
Well,
it's like
he was ado and fabulous at the time, and he still is their dad, and he's an amazing guy. But he
awesome.
lives 6,000 miles away, and that's the Taylor Dayne way, I guess.
So if we were to look back at
That's my niece and my sister-in-law, and they're laughing because she's watched this whole. I was like, I want to have a baby, and my brother was probably like, well, get married first.
I mean, no, you sound like me, so that's
And
why
I'm
I
like-
wanted to know, advice-wise, like looking back at your life, the way that it went.
This is how I
Is
became
there something?
such an advocate for same-sex marriage, because I watched and we learned together like what it's
Right.
like to raise children alone or in a family or a different dynamic, a different family structure, And I only got support from a lot of times only from my gay and my lesbian and my soul brothers and sisters,
So are you
And,
happy with the way things went, or would you have changed anything looking back at it now, just
No.
so you could tell somebody like
I
myself?
mean, I would love to be married and love to be in a relationship, love to say that my children and I was going, there were moments in my life when I was deeply in love and that's what I wanted. I personally have if anybody knows my cancer kind of thing that just came up.
Yes.
So I had I was a very sick child with a bladder condition. So they weren't guaranteeing that I could hold a pregnancy. So that always came into play, and I was constantly getting bladder infections and UTIs. So, carrying a child isn't an easy
It's not
bow
an easy
down.
task.
So
Absolutely
when
not.
it became of subject that it was possible, only legal when I did it in California and Delaware.
Wow.
And now all states. And yes,
Everybody's on
That's
it.
why a lot of countries fly in and have their surrogacies here.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my
I
girlfriend
mean,
from Australia, they came here and did the surrogacy. A couple of countries, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't know her story, you need to just do a little research.
Yeah, it's in my memoir.
Check it out. And before we let you go, we have a little surprise
You
from
do?
M&M's. Where is
M&M,
it?
the most,
Oh, in your dressing room. Did you see what was from M&M's?
I saw bags and bags of M&Ms.
But did you see the champagne glass?
No.
So
But
there's
we're not done in there. We're going back.
Okay, there's a champagne bottle,
a bottle and a glass?
like a champagne bottle
Okay.
of M&Ms. Should I reveal what's on those M&Ms now, or do you
Yeah,
want to
do
wait
it.
for the
I don't
surprise?
care. Can't wait. I'm going to go and see it.
They have your face on the M&M, so they're personalized for
Are
you.
you serious?
Serious. So what would you like to tell M&Ms?
M&M, baby. Don't melt, not in your hands.
Only in your mouth.
Only in your mouth. So happy. Thank you.
Taylor Dayne, thank you so much for joining us here.